The producers of Harvesting Happiness podcast proudly present Positively Contagious, the mental health survival kit for the COVID-19 pandemic. Positively Contagious with Lisa Cypers, Kamen, and Andrea Mengele features tips and tools for staying sane and emotionally fit while sheltering in place. Give us 9 minutes or less, and we'll give you smart and simple strategies for your well-being. This is Lisa Cypers, Kamen, host of Harvesting Happiness, and my producer, Andrea Mengele, back for another episode of Positively Contagious. We're talking about tips, strategies, and ways to manage during the COVID-19 health crisis. Today, we're talking about the importance of physical fitness to help mitigate anxiety, fear, boost the immune system, and just plain not go to pot while we're hanging out in our houses.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about, we know about yoga. You and I are both yoga practitioners. Your family is are yoga practitioners. For me, I've been doing yoga online. I've also been continuing to hike because I'm in a rural area right now, so I can go out freely and take a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 mile hike and not really see another soul. Let's talk about the importance of physical fitness.
Oh, goodness. It is a saving grace, especially in these times.
Yes, because not only does it make us feel good that we're using our bodies, there's chemistry tells us that when we exercise, we release endorphins. We release the feel-good hormones that make us feel elevated. So it's important to maintain a regular exercise practice. I mean, I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on TV, but I personally recommend that people get out a minimum of half an hour a day. And if you have some physical limitations, you can even break it up into 2 or 3 small sessions.
Yes. And not just physical limitations, but if you have a constriction of time, there's nothing wrong with fitting in a good 5 or 10 minutes and then going back to what you need to do. It gives you a wonderful brain break. And does something good for your body as well.
And when we talk about the importance of caring for our animals, the other part of it is because we need to keep our animals safe. The idea that these 4-legged friends need to be walked, they need to get out in the fresh air, serves as inspiration for us to get off our duffs and get out into the sunshine, which will also make us feel better.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, the other evening, we had some rain in Southern California, but the weather was still fairly mild. So, it was 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening, beautiful night, no wind, just a light drizzle. Put on my heavy coat, which to those of you that are not in California sounds crazy, but, when you're used to it being warmer, we need to bundle up. And I proceeded to take a 3-mile walk in the rain at 7:30 at night, and it was lovely, and it gave me some peace and quiet. I got to breathe deep. I kept it at a brisk pace, and I felt like $1 million when I came home.
Yes, this isolation is to mean that we are separated from society at large, but it doesn't mean that we don't go out and get sunshine. In fact, the lack of vitamin C and D and B vitamins from the sun is a recipe for depression. And the last thing that we need while we're trying to fight the good fight physically is to emotionally take a tumble.
Yeah.
So I can't emphasize that enough. You got to get out and move.
Yes. And when we're depressed, we tend to be more susceptible to illness.
Yes, depression compromises the immune system. And one of the best ways that we can fight this thing is to keep our immune system strong. Like, I've been doing a little bit of research on the work of Louis Pasteur and his arch rival or nemesis, Dr. Boucher, I think is his name, who it's the challenge between germ theory and cell theory. Louis Pasteur studied the behavior of germs and how to get rid of germs that can kill us, and his work saved the lives of many, many people. But his rival at the time studied cell theory. In other words, what happens to the terrain? What happens to the environment? And his case was really about keeping the immune system strong. If your body is inhospitable to the growth of germs, you will better be able to fight them when they are present.
How fascinating.
So keep that in mind, that getting outside, using your body, boosts the immune system. It may not make you completely impervious to getting this thing, but it certainly helps, to stay strong. We're going to do another episode on the importance of good, sound nutrition, because that's another element to this whole thing. I mean, this is not vacation behavior. Like, we're not supposed to eat and drink ourselves into oblivion while we're on coronation, as you call it.
Exactly. Yes, we need to indulge in some good nutrition.
Yes. So another way you can have physical fitness, you can even pair up with your friends and have a dance party.
Yes, that's a great idea.
A virtual dance party, put on the crazy music and go and have fun and be silly.
Well, and speaking of dance parties, there are several celebrities who are putting on free events on Instagram. And actually, Debbie Allen, every day this week, has been doing a free dance lesson.
How cool is that?
Yes. And I guarantee you there are more. I know John Legend the other night did a concert from his living room, and he's been challenging other musicians to do the same.
Yeah. This is all physical fitness. Even singing, even doing the little karaoke thing in your household and getting up and moving about is really, really helpful. But I really want to emphasize getting out in the sunshine. Yeah. That even if it's not particularly sunny, you do get the benefits from the sun and from being in nature. And this was sound research that was done by Japan. They had run a research study on how to reduce suicide in the country, and they came up with this nature bath that 8 minutes a day out in nature, regardless if you live in the city or the country, substantially reduced the suicide rate in the country. And it is because of all the positive effects of being outside. So isolation is not separation from Mother Nature.
Not at all. Not at all. And also, too, looking for it in unusual ways. And I'll give you an example. My 8-year-old was given a laser tag set for Christmas. And it's been sitting in a box in his room. And, we figured, on a break, we'll get around to playing with it. There's 4 of us in the household right now. Well, last night we had an impromptu game of laser tag. And for a half an hour, we chased each other all over the house, shooting laser guns at each other. But it was
fantastic.
Yeah, and running up and down the stairs and kneeling down behind a partition or a laundry basket. I noticed I used muscles that I maybe haven't used for a while.
That's a good one. And there is also house cleaning. We need to wrap, but that's food for thought. Spring cleaning is here, so you could take advantage of that time and use your body and put a little elbow grease into your place to make it spick and span and diminish germs. This is Lisa Cypers Kamen, host of Harvesting Happiness, and my producer, Andrea Mengele, wishing you to stay safe, stay healthy, and stay humorous. Thanks for joining us on this special episode of Positively Contagious. This is Lisa Cypers Kamen and producer Andrea Mengele signing off for now. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay positive. Don't forget to tune in for our regular consciously prepared brain food on Harvesting Happiness, wherever you get your podcasts. To learn more about Harvesting Happiness consulting services, please visit harvestinghappiness.com. Get social with us on Facebook at Harvesting Happiness, on Twitter at HH Talk Radio, and on Instagram at HH_Talk Radio.